All right, Facebook Live, stand by, and starting off here in just a second. This is test run audio first off for the Thursday edition. Let me turn the volume down so I'm not getting any feedback here. All right, we are live. It is Thursday, just after 11 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek, coming to you live on Facebook and Twitch, keeping you updated as to what's going on around the area. Again, if you've never tuned into this before, this is our opportunity to kind of talk weather and give a better idea as to what's going on around the area. Usually for a weathercast on TV, we get about maybe 2 to 3 minutes worth of time to explain a lot about what's happening. In this case, here and on this setting, we get the opportunity to give you an idea a little bit more as to what's going on in and across portions of the area in an expanded edition. So if you've got questions about what's happening with the weather out there, even if it isn't for around the Tennessee River Valley, ask and we'll do our best to get that information up on the screen somehow or to get it to you to answer your questions about what's going on out there. For right now, again, things are quiet. As we approach the lunch hour, we're seeing again the potential for some more showers and thunderstorms out there. Let's go ahead and start things off immediately. Just go right to Titan radar and give you an idea as to what we're looking at for now. It's pretty quiet again in the News 12 viewing area counties across much of southeast Tennessee, northeastern parts of Alabama, northern Georgia, and Cherokee County in North Carolina. So again, a few speckles of rainfall, but really that's about it. We are watching very carefully some of these storms that are moving in from parts of middle Tennessee and heading on down to the south and to the east. We do not have any severe weather. We have not had any severe weather in the area this morning. Some showers and thunderstorms moving off to the east of Atlanta over parts of the Carolinas, but beyond that, really not that much going on. Meantime, back to the west of Chattanooga and Hamilton County. That's where we're picking up this line of thunderstorms coming through just about to I-24 and right on down to I-65. So this particular line of storms heading on down to the south and east. A little bit worrisome right here. You see again that kind of arc-shaped everything. That could be a bit of a bow echo taking place. So we might be looking at the potential of some gusty winds around Shelbyville and maybe moving into around Monteagle, around Grundy and Sequatchie counties. That's the westernmost counties in Tennessee in the News 12 viewing area counties. So we will be watching that with a lot of interest to see what goes on there. But so far, no indication of anything in the way of severe weather taking place for now into West Tennessee and all the way back up into parts of Missouri, West Kentucky, close to southern Illinois. Numerous flash flood warnings going on. None of those in effect for us for the time being. We do have, and we've told everyone about this through the rest of the morning hours. We'll see if this has been expanded at all. And this has been kind of signs of things to come to where we have the potential for, again, flooding taking place. DeKalb and Jackson counties in northeastern Alabama, these two counties in the News 12 viewing area county list, just to the east of Huntsville. Those counties and several others here across northern Alabama are under a flood watch, which is again for the potential of heavier rainfall coming down, some just back to the west of us into middle Tennessee. This is again where we're seeing that potential for maybe collecting rainfall enough to cause some flash flooding taking place. So if you're in it or traveling through this area, anything north of Birmingham up to around Huntsville and again DeKalb and Jackson counties in the News 12 viewing area, this flood watch is in effect until Friday at 1 o'clock. We've got the potential for much more rainfall coming on through, all thanks to this storm system that is sitting over the Midwest, moving into very warm, moist air. That's the fuel for these thunderstorms. As this storm system makes its way back toward the east-northeast, it's moving into that into that moist air, displacing the dry air back to the north of it. So that lifts that moisture up a little bit, and that's where we start to see the potential of showers and thunderstorms developing. Numerous counties between Kansas City and St. Louis in Missouri under flash flood warnings in the last couple of days, and we might see more of that coming up into tonight. So if you've got any plans for outdoors or travel, please keep that in mind, because we could be looking again at the potential for some heavier rainfall coming down our direction. We'll get back to that coming up in just a little bit. Let's take a look outside and see what's going on from the area into and around downtown Chattanooga. We've got plenty of cloud cover out there, and we're probably going to continue to see that sticking around through the day, along with a little bit more of that rainfall coming down as in the next couple of hours. Cloudy skies, traffic moving along well at Lee Point, into and around Highway 153 and 64. From Interstate 24 and 75, as per usual at this time of the day, there is a very good amount of backup where it comes to the 75 north heading to 24 west, which is where we usually see that bit of a slowdown taking place there. Back to the News 12 studios, looking north across downtown. A little bit on the hazy side. You can just barely see the top of Signal Mountain there off in the distance. And from Island Cove Marina and Resort, also on the cloudy side, not much of a sunrise this morning. Some interesting cloud patterns taking place into some of the area here. Mainly what we're looking at is, again, some of those waves of clouds. You can see a little bit of that kind of serpentine effect going on with that backwards S shape. Some interesting impulses rolling on through. Doesn't mean severe weather, doesn't mean anything tragic going on. No sign of anything involving problems with tornadic activity. We also don't see anything just yet in the way of major severe weather, so good news on that. We'll take a look at the severe weather threat coming up here in just a little bit. Almanac page from yesterday, from Thursday. Once again, a nearly spot-on day for the area. Temperatures right about where they should be, back in the lower 90s for highs, lower 70s for lows. Record high yesterday on Wednesday of 100, last setback in 2011, and a record low that hasn't been broken since 1895 of 59 degrees, so something to see there. We haven't picked up any rain in the last 72 hours, so goose eggs for the entire month, and we are behind now almost 3 inches for the entire year, so we could definitely use a little bit more rainfall where that is concerned. For sunrise today, 6:52 a.m., sunrise tomorrow at 6:53, 8:42 p.m. sunset tonight, 8:41 p.m. sunset on Friday evening, and we're in the waning gibbous phase of the moon, heading back toward the new moon phase. It's at 96% and shrinking. That's after the full moon of a couple of nights ago. On August the 1st, the full moon came in, so we'll have another one on August 31st. So August of 2023 will be a blue moon coming up at the end of the month, and it will be another super moon, coincidentally, so something to see there. Speaking of which, thanks to our own multimedia manager at WDEF News 12, Courtney Goins, and her telescope looking at the supermoon through her scope, and a good opportunity to see that there. That's our West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Thank you, Miss Courtney, for that one. Got pictures, astronomical or otherwise, send them in to us. Drop them to our Facebook, Instagram, or X page. Or also just email them to us at pictures@wdef.com. Give us an idea as to what and where you were looking at, and you don't have to use your name if you don't want to, but just give us a description of where you were and where the picture was taken. From the golf course today, mostly cloudy, very much on the warm side, so forget the cardigan, and you might have an hour or two here in the very near future while we're recording this that you might catch in a game of golf, but the trouble is it's moving our direction, so we'll be looking for more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and the last place you want to be with thunderstorms approaching is on a broad, flat surface holding a metal rod in your hand and metal spikes on your feet. So if you see lightning and you're out on the golf course, it's time to wrap it up. You can catch another game, another day. Remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Let's practice all good lightning safety out there. The website that we use to show you what the conditions are for catching fish, showing good conditions for today, but I think that kind of precludes the idea of that website not knowing about local type weather. And as of right now, again, seeing those possibilities for showers and thunderstorms out there, so that could be a bit of an issue. Again, wherever you are for outdoor activities, always practice good lightning safety. If you can see the lightning or hear the thunder, you are too close and you can be struck by lightning if you are within range of that particular storm coming on through. What we've got in the way of timing things out is going to be the potential of, again, more in the way of problems from these showers and thunderstorms moving on through, and we'll see more of them throughout the rest of the afternoon and off and on through the rest of the day. So into this afternoon, we've got one wave of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Those should linger through about News 12 at 5:30. Speckles of showers and thunderstorms and what looks to be a very toasty evening, even right around sunset. Temperatures should still be back in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Overnight tonight, we'll see a repeat of showers and thunderstorms redeveloping, especially back to our west, right around that frontal boundary as it sets up just back over this direction into middle areas of Tennessee, northern parts of Alabama, and well back up into and around portions of the upper Midwest and the area around the Mississippi River Valley. Then some of that activity could start making its way a little bit closer to us by about lunchtime tomorrow, so another 24 hours, and we may see more chances of showers and thunderstorms. Those pass on through. Maybe a bit of resurgence into the afternoon over parts of northern Alabama and also into northern parts of Alabama and Georgia, I should say there. Then calm for overnight Friday, and then another round of showers and thunderstorms looks to be developing back to the west of us, and that could be a bit of an issue as we go into the area close to Saturday morning. So we've got repeat chances of showers and thunderstorms. Most of it appears to be going west of us, but that just means that the main flooding threat will be just west of the News 12 viewing area and right back into Middle Tennessee. Some of that could easily stray back to the east, and that's what we'll be concerned with the most, how and where the storm systems will be making their way a little bit closer to us on here. Right now, we need to consider the possibility of severe weather, and as of right now, the threat from the Storm Prediction Center looks like it's pretty well unchanged since the overnight forecast. We have a slight risk category in the yellow. That, again, is where we see the highest threat of any severe weather for today. Damaging winds and large hail, primary threat there, but also, again, the possibility for flash flooding. Now, once that goes through, the threat begins to diminish and head down to our south. So areas around the Mid-South area, south of Huntsville, down to around the Florida Panhandle, a marginal threat into tomorrow, and then a reforming threat back to the north and west of us. Looks like a fairly good chance for storms in parts of the upper Midwest, and that could be a bit of a problem. We just see the potential of generic thunderstorms. This is not a severe weather outbreak by any stretch of the imagination, but anytime there's thunderstorms around, there will be the potential of some extra severe weather taking place. It's just what may happen. Now, the extended forecast from the Climate Prediction Center is showing a much needed and kind of a surprise how quickly this changed, but we are seeing a better possibility of above normal possibilities of rainfall coming through, especially from Chattanooga back to the west, but some of that does stray into the News 12 viewing area. So picking up all that extra rainfall, that is where we could wind up with the problems of flash flooding, and we've got a marginal risk of flash flooding potential for all of the News 12 viewing area. A good portion of the southeastern United States will be seeing a good portion of that for today. Now, the threat for tomorrow remains with us a little bit, but it's a more marginal threat. And then as we go into the weekend, the threat diminishes and then heads back up to the north and to the west of us. So most of what we're looking at, again, will be for today. Any thunderstorms after that that fall on saturated soil, the rain is going to push that off and are going to be pushed off by that saturated ground, and then it'll collect somewhere else. So we do still see that potential of heavy rainfall coming on through, and then the potential problems of flash flooding after that. So that's something to watch out for. Again, turn around, don't drown, never drive through water-covered roadways. could easily be the last mistake you ever make. So please remember that. Warm conditions, yes, but for right now, we seem to be edging into that more normal zone, that gray area right in there. That's where we get the potential for some nicer conditions into next week. The really good news, let's go ahead and show it to you on our 7-day outlook. Again, that slight risk potential for today. That's going to be the main thing we're looking at for right now. But for the time being, the temperatures here, again, with the clouds and the rainfall, will be blocking out the sunshine, so we don't see too much in the way of very hot weather. We'll be going towards hot through the weekend. Chances of showers and thunderstorms continue, and highs back toward hot in the lower 90s. Very hot and sultry into this weekend. And then also, again, the potential of showers and thunderstorms continue as we go toward Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But here's the really good thing. At this time of the year, as you saw on the almanac page, we could easily be back into the triple digits, and some of those record highs we can get at this time of the year can be pretty brutal. But next week, according to what we're looking at here, below normal temperatures. How often do we get a chance to say that in early August? Not much, I'll tell you that much on there. And that is where we see some much nicer conditions as school gets back into session. We'll be seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. If this forecast really pans out, we've got some very good news again on the potential for some of that, the temperatures being, dare I say it, comfortable. Yes, it's going to be muggy, but at least we're not going to be seeing very hot weather coming our way, and that will really help things for back to school schedules coming up. So definitely good news on that. Now, unfortunately, through the next several days, this very wet pattern will continue, so we will see the chances of showers and thunderstorms taking place all the way into next week. And for outdoor activities, especially marching band, football, baseball, soccer, 2-a-day practices going on, that's really not good news as those schedules continue and we get into the fall semester and the extracurricular athletic schedules out there. Unfortunately, that's we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So anybody who's coaching those type of activities, watch for what's happening. Again, you see lightning, time to wrap it up and get back indoors. You can practice indoors if you have to, or find another time when there's not going to be quite so much rainfall out there. If you're a teacher or an administrator and would like to have us appear at your classroom to talk weather and science and meteorology and climate change and severe weather preparation and all sorts of things like that, we'd be glad to do so, but it's up to you to invite us. And if you don't invite us quickly, and I sincerely mean that, that means that we're going to be seeing the potential of your request getting pushed back several months. We get a lot of requests at this time of the year. We would love to accommodate you, but unfortunately, if you don't get your request in a little earlier rather than later, we may have to shunt your request to the spring semester. Yes, we get that many requests, and our time schedule here with vacations and severe weather coverage, that changes a lot as well. So we really have to take all that into account. So again, please let us know. Go to the Food City Weather in the Classroom program and click at wdef.com/weather. On the Weather in the Classroom page, we'll be glad to come out to your facility. But again, please give us a shout and invite us on there. We don't really have a lot going on in the tropics. Trying to find my tropical outlook map back here. Most of what we had back into the last couple of days appears to have gone by the wayside, so we do not have too much of anything happening at this point. Matter of fact, no tropical activity expected for the next 2 to 7 days at this time, so we're not seeing any problems for now. And the previous numbered forecast right there, that was from yesterday's storm. Unfortunately, the automatic numbers update did not kick in, so we have no tropical activity for right now. So definitely some good news where that is concerned at this point. So you're not seeing a lot of major concerns out there just yet. We'll keep an eye on the chances of showers and thunderstorms taking place. Again, always good opportunity to make certain that you have your severe weather plan ready to go. Winging it is not a plan. Having a plan of being able to make certain you can get in contact with your friends, family, and loved ones, who can make certain you're okay, or vice versa. So this is something that we are going to make certain that you have to take care of before any storms make their way into the area. And for right now, we've got these areas of storms coming through I-24 back down to about I-65. They'll be into the already in Grundy County in Tennessee, and will be dropping on down to the south and to the east. We don't have any indication of anything turning severe at this point, so that's good news, but we have an awful lot of rain behind that all the way back up into Missouri and Illinois. So all that is heading our direction. If it survives, that'll be heading into the News 12 viewing area. So expecting more chances of rainfall here. And unfortunately, that also means, again, and if you're just tuning in, you can go back in for further details, but a quick check of the fact that we have a flood watch in effect for DeKalb and Jackson counties. Again, that's the northeasternmost counties in Alabama, and those are also in the News 12 viewing area. That's in effect until Friday at 1 o'clock for the potential of flash flooding going on there. So something to watch out for. If there are any more in the way of anything involving watches or warnings, we'll have more details coming up tonight. Chip Chapman is back from his off-duty time, and he'll be doing the evening show coming up tonight, so he'll have more information on this throughout the rest of the evening. And of course, I'll be monitoring stuff from home as I get ready for the Friday morning show. Join us for that at 5 a.m. on Friday, and there could be, again, some more storms out there that could be causing a little bit more in the way of problems. Questions, concerns, ideas, complaints, if you absolutely must, again, let us know at wdef.com/weather. For more information on that. Again, you can find all of our pages there. We depend on the public to let us know what's going on. So if there's anything out there that could be a story, let us know. Contact us through the website. Let us know what's happening out there. Or, again, my social media pages are a little bit more extensive than the station's efforts. So you can find me out there at various locations. And, again, keep track as to what's going on with the weather through wdef.com/weather for more details on that. I'll have more on the noon show, and Chip Chapman will have more coming up on the evening shows on News 12 later this evening, so stay tuned for more on that. Thanks for joining us for Thursday's Weather Overtime. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. Stay tuned for much more with News 12 on air and online, and I'll see you again bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us.